the River Hoopers versus APR game. Let's just talk about this. This game was just awesome. The River Hoopers won this game by 4 points. The final score was 86-82. And it was a thrilling game. I must say it was very exciting from start to finish. And we had 2 players from both teams scoring 30 points or more. So we had Noel Obadia from APR with 32 and Will Perry 31. And shooting-wise, you could see both teams were not that efficient when it came to shooting from the field, as the River Hoopers shot 43% from the field and APR 42. And when it came to the 2-point field goals, the APR team they just knew what shots they needed to take. They were 21 out of 33, that's 63%. And from downtown, APR just crumbled because they were 6 of 31. That was 19% from deep. And ball teams are really struggling to shoot the 3-ball. And the 3-ball, they're just not going in at all. But you could see the River Hoopers shot 36%, 14 out of 38 attempts that went in. Then when it came to the free throws, the River Hoopers sent the APR team to the line so many times. They actually doubled it. And the APR team were able to capitalize on this with 68%. They went to the free throw line and they had 32 attempts at the free throw line and scored 22 of them. But the River Hoopers, they were not drawing enough fouls and they shot 50% of the time out of 16 attempts from the line. And this was actually quite concerning because the game was just very physical, you could see the River Hoopers kept on fouling and sending the APR team to the line. And you can see that's the reason as to why that score was just very close, because majority of the points were just getting tallied and they were just getting them from the line. And you could see the APR team, when it came to the rebounds, they out-rebounded the River Hoopers 46 boards. But the River Hoopers, they were dominant, especially when it came to dishing out the rock, with 21 assists and 11 steals. But when it came to the blocks defensively, APR were just there with 4 blocks. And this game was indeed one for the ages, especially for the River Hoopers. And they just convincingly just went out there and won. And this is their 2 straight games that they have won. And the guys in attendance, the people who came in to watch this game, 734 people in attendance. And despite APR's loss, you could see Noel Obadia's 32 points and 7 rebounds was the difference, and that made that game close because his scoring production was so much needed to be able to go ahead and just make the game close and just keep the APR team in the game. APR are not they're not a team that are just going out there and they're not going out there and just not delivering on good performances. Even despite the loss, they just went ahead and just did their thing. Then you could see Adonis Filer. He has just been silent with his 4 assists. But Kevin Amayo, this guy has been sensational. He led in assists and in the US Monastir game, and this one he led again with 7 assists. Then Devin Eke, this guy had 8 rebounds. He was followed by David Ike with 8 boards. And Devin Eke, not only was he top in rebounds, but he was second in scoring behind Will Perry's 31. He had 19. And Kevin Amayo with 13. So you could see the River Hoopers are just built to contend and they're just looking for that playoff spot. So the APR team, I've been following this team for quite some time now, and I feel like there are some players that are just sleeper players, like Adonis Filer. He's a very good guard. He played heavy minutes in this game with 35, north of 36 minutes. Then he only produced 6 points on an ugly 2 of 15 shooting. He was 13% shooting from the field. So this guy was really struggling. He was 0 for 7 from downtown. And 2 of his points came from the free throw line. And that was actually quite sad for him. And also Bushra Mukota, he played 5 minutes 17 seconds. He's just averaging bench player minutes in his second game. And in the first game that APR played against US Monastir, he was carried to the win by the team. And this one, he was carried to the loss. And his performance has just been outright pathetic. And we have just had a couple of players that are just carrying the team. You could see Noel Obadia, he played 31, north of 32 minutes. And he was good. And he's 32 points, 7 of 13 shooting, was shot 53% from the field and 80% from the free throw line. So this man attempted 21 free throws. This was something that even made his scoring just jump so high, because 17 of his 32 points came from the line. And this was actually a shock. I feel like this guy has broken the record in shooting the most free throws in a BAL game, because this one is unrivaled. I have not seen a player in BAL go to the line so many times. He went to the line more times than anyone on the squad. Even with a high free throw percentage, it was courtesy of him, because he was 7 out of 31. It was 80% from the line. And he did a very good job in drawing fouls. That's Noel Obadiah for you. But when it came to the River Hoopers, I was watching Will Perry. Will Perry played all 40 minutes as a starting point guard. He didn't even rest in this game. He had 31 points, 10 of 16 shooting, and he was 4 for 4 from the line. And you could see Kevin Amayo, 39 minutes. These guys played heavy minutes, and they didn't even take a breather. And he was 13 points, 5 of 13 shooting, 38% shooting from the field. And he was that person that was needed for him to be able to. He needed to be productive so that they can be able to carry the River Hoopers. Devin Eke, 39 minutes, 19 points, 8 of 19 shooting. So Devin Eke followed Will Perry in scoring. He had 19 points there. And it was necessary for him to be there, because his 6 assists was needed just for facilitation. And Kevin Amayo's 7 assists as well was good. Then we had David Icke, as we mentioned earlier. He played 19 minutes. He had 5 points. He led in 8 rebounds. He had 8 rebounds in this game. And he was tied with Devin Eke with 8 boards in this game. So you could see the River Hoopers, it was more of a collective team effort that led them to this point. And the APR team, they dominated in total rebounds, 46. And you could see the stat that was amazing, that they were able to go ahead and just fight back and fight the River Hoopers, was that points from turnovers. They had 15 points from turnovers and they had bench points, 14 points off the bench. And the fast break points was another stat that I was closely monitoring, because majority of the time, if the defense is lackadaisical and you're able to get stop that quick transition offense or any fast break points, was very much needed for them to be able to go ahead and win this game. So that was 24 fast break points for APR, but still they're not able to go ahead and outlast the River Hoopers team. But the River Hoopers just knew what they needed to do, and everything was just flowing on them on offense. And right now, the River Hoopers sit with a comfortable 2-0 record. They only need to win at least 2 more games to be able to qualify for the playoffs, because when they win 2 of in the next 2 games, it will be very easy for them to notch a playoff spot, and they can even finish top of the group, above USM, above AS Downers, and above APR as well. And you can see in this APR game, they convincingly just did their thing and they won it. And this was something that was needed. It just needed to happen. So if you guys like the video, make sure to leave feedback down in the comments on what you think about this, what you think about the BAL, and what you think about these 2 teams, because the River Hoopers are not here to mess around, and they're just going ahead and just taking everything and just doing everything that they can. So even before, in conclusion of this video, I must say thank you people for the support. I mean, it has been immense, especially on the Facebook group. I've just been amazed on how I've created a community, and right now the Facebook group is 1,000. So make sure to go check out the Basketball Africa League forum on Facebook, so that you can be able to get the results, can get the pre-game, the game reviews that I make, and any BAL related news that comes in. So yeah, man, and I'm out. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace out.